and us looking back and be like, wait a minute, like we know our shit. Like we do bring a lot of value. And there are people out there that see that value. I mean, we're having it with our coaching clients, right? Those are like, no, we're going to invest in you, meaning the sourcing gals, because we believe in our product idea. We know where we need to get to, and we know the value that you will bring by spending 2, 4, 6 hours one-on-one with me and my business. And so that too is like a huge aha.
Do you have a brilliant product idea but don't know where to start to get it made? Or are you looking to level up your product but afraid to take it overseas?
If so, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Jackie.
And I'm Erin, and we are
the Sourcing Gals,
your trusted guides to everything you need to know about sourcing, manufacturing, and scaling your product overseas. Whether you are just starting out or you've been making your own product for a while, we are here to help women source products overseas without the overwhelm.
In each episode, we'll share insider tips, actionable strategies, and inspiring stories to help you source more effectively, save time, and boost your profits. Duh! We know how hard it can be to juggle the ins and outs of product development, but don't worry, we've got your back.
So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive into how you can grow your business,
make more money,
and turn your products into profit. Welcome to
the Sourcing Gals. Now let's get started. High five.
Hi. Hey guys, it's Erin. Okay, a little bit of real talk. You have seen a ton of holiday sales flying around right now, gift guides, and if you're anything like so many of the product founders we talk to, there is this little voice inside your head that's saying, that should have been me. Next year, let's make that happen. You don't need to spend another year circling your idea. You do need clarity, accountability, and someone who can actually help you move. That is why we created our 3-month intensive. It's fast, it's hands-on, and it's designed for founders who want real momentum going into 2026. If you want next holiday season to look totally different, if you want to be the one with the product that people are buying, if you want to have the product that's listed on all the major gift guides, now is the time to get moving. There's a link in the show notes if you want the details. You don't have to figure this out alone. Next year, it really can be you. So let us help make it a reality with our 3-month intensive. Again, the link is in the show notes. Click through for more details. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of
The Sourcing Gals.
And that's not just another episode. This is the last episode of the year.
That is crazy to say.
Yes, it is crazy. And I think for multiple reasons. A, that the year has gone by as fast as it has. B, that we podcasted almost this entire year.
I know. And I think I've said this before, like, I don't know, some like 90% of podcasts don't make it past like 10 episodes or something. Like there's like a fall off rate.
I think it was higher than that. I think it was like 95 or 98.
And we not only surpassed that fallout rate, we like crushed it.
So being that it's the end of the year and being that it's kind of really the culmination of our first year of this business, we have a very special episode for you today. And it's just like a year in review and a glimpse into what's next for the Sourcing Gals.
And the next is going to be epic.
Hold on to your hats, kids.
I mean, I have like goosebumps just even thinking about what's coming next.
So I think to like start out, we don't want to look too much on like our goals into hindsight this year and talk about like what did and didn't work or anything like that.
Do that in your businesses. That is important to do in your businesses, but this is not the episode for it.
No, maybe at some other point we'll talk about how to hindsight your business and what to glean from.
Oh, that's a good one. Good episode.
Yeah, let's do. Okay. Someone who's listening, write that down. I'm just joking. But really, it was for us about the accomplishment of this year from building what we've built. And in that building, there was a lot of letting go. And now we're kind of on this knife's edge of tipping into what's next. And so going through that transition is what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. And I think what's crazy about life in general, I mean, I remember a year ago sitting at the Airbnb, the Coterie.
Yeah.
And and we were doing our vision board and we were decoupaging things and podcast was on it. And we knew that, we knew that. But where I'm sitting right now and what my life looks like right now, the feelings I have are what I wanted. But I'm gonna get emotional because you're falling up with tears too. But to be here, this wasn't on my board the way I thought, but it's so much better. It's so much better. And it was sorry guys. I told you, I'm gonna get emotional. This year, you guys hear, we bring energy and I'm a positive person, but there was a lot. I've cried more this year than I've probably cried in a long time. There was a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of letting go and shedding something that wasn't serving me anymore and coming into my voice. I mean, just so much self development, if you want to call it that, but just really understanding that the universe had my back this whole time. And it felt at the time when these changes, when these pivots were being forced upon me, it felt so unfair. And I was thinking why God, why am I going through this? And now I can look 6 months later and be oh my gosh, this was always what it was meant to be, always. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be with you and with my other product-based business as well. So much has happened. And if I hadn't gone through that pain, that transformation, that shedding, I wouldn't be feeling all those things I wanted on that board, like freedom and breaking rules. I mean, those were words that were on my vision board, but I had no idea how to get there last January when I knew I wanted the feeling of it, but I had no idea the path that it would take to get me here. But it's just really cool. I don't know how else to say it.
It's been transformational. And I think I was a little bit further removed from those feelings because for me, it was last January. So I'm coming up on almost a year of being laid off from my company. I don't know if I've even been that transparent about this in the past, but they were moving everybody back in-house, no longer remote. I was unwilling to move across our country. So, and I knew that it wasn't really in it for me anyway. It wasn't really what I wanted to be doing.
It was not in alignment with you at all.
It was, to say it was not in alignment is a gross understatement. But I was looking for what, like you were saying, I knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted to feel. I wasn't sure how that was going to happen. I remember so clearly we were in Cabo and right before that happened.
Yes.
And I remember just floating in the water and telling my husband, all I want is to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And he laughed. He's like, oh, is that all? And in terms of just knowing what my purpose is here in this industry, on this earth, as a human, as a soul, knowing how I wanted to contribute, I could feel that. I could see that, but I didn't understand how.
Yeah. And it's interesting. So we're doing another vision board night and I won't digress too much on this, but I came across a Gabby Bernstein podcast and we'll drop it in the show notes. And she talks about vision boards and I'm going to be emailing it out to the whole crew of this amazing group of women that are going to be doing this together again, year 2, which is really exciting.
Year 3.
Year 3, you're right. It is year 3. Oh my gosh, you're right. 100% you're right. I want to go back to 2 years ago board. I have it. I know exactly where it is. I should look at that. But what she talks about in building your vision board is the feeling. She talks about it being about the feelings you want to feel. And then you find images and then you find words. So yes, that new shiny car you want. Okay, cool. That's fine to put on there. But what is the feeling? Why do you want that new shiny car? It's because I want to feel, for me, that is, I've accomplished something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have money free flowing that I can go buy this really expensive car and it's not going to make me broke, right? So what is the feeling behind the things you want? What is the feeling of how you want to exit next year? So I just think that's really interesting because both of us, again, we couldn't really see what it was, but we knew the feelings we wanted to feel. Mm-hmm. And now we're living those feelings.
Mm-hmm. So the year, and then we had, it kind of ties into your exit from your previous company, but we had put a pause on dropping the podcast for a couple months. We had recorded it this same time last year, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember you had gotten me a birthday gift and it was right around my birthday, which is, in a couple weeks. So, No need to send presents. Just joking. But anyway, but then we pushed pause on it because of stuff that was going on in your corporate role.
Yep.
And then we ended up launching in March.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we ran with it. It was like, we've done this thing. It's out there. We're going with it. We believe in it. And as the episodes were progressing, as we were recording, we start building community. People start coming out of the woodwork. People start messaging. We start getting emails. We launched our course because, again, we're getting people raising their hands and saying, I didn't know that this existed. It didn't. We made it.
Yeah.
But we were getting lots of feedback, and lots of buy-in and lots of just like enthusiastic participation in what we were building.
And people needed help.
They did.
And at that last corporate job that I had, I had to turn down so many amazing people, specifically women with product-based ideas. I remember, and I was like, you know what? I can't help you in this job, but let me put you in touch with this person. And no one really fit the bill of what they needed, to be honest, right? It was like either a consulting agency and like, I'm not ready to drop 20, 30, 40K. Like, I'm not there yet, right? I'm still vetting my idea, or manufacturers. But again, it was just, I couldn't help service them.
There was always a gap.
And so again, once I exited that business, I remember looking at you and I'm like, let's go, girl. There's no conflict of anything. Like, let's just go. Like, let's build this. Let's fill this gap. Let's help more products get to market. Let's help more people like find their way that they want to scale and that they want to work going forward, like we're now doing.
And so then as we progressed, we kept putting out the podcasts. But then as we progressed, we were trying to determine, how are we going to help these people?
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to put out there? What are we going to provide that would enable the people who need this help to succeed? So what we've realized, especially for the second half of this year, that the year didn't just change our businesses. It changed how we see ourselves, how we see the community, and what the needs of that community are. And as we've both evolved from corporate workers into entrepreneurs, into coaches, the people building where that gap was, there's been a shedding. There's been a transformation of what we were into who we are becoming, both for us and for the people who participate, the people who listen.
Definitely. I mean, every time we get an email, a DM, a text, because we're text friendly with a lot of our founders, especially the ones that we're coaching with, and they're just celebrating those wins, or they're just thanking us like, oh my gosh, I was going in circles on this. And just one declarative sentence that we made of like, nope, you're good, move forward, right? Just that giving them clarity, giving them confidence that they are doing the right thing, right? Like every time we get one of those little nuggets, it just like lights a warmth in my heart, right? I'm like, this is what we're meant to do. Like, this is who we are meant to serve. These are the community of people, predominantly women, who have these great, brilliant ideas. They just don't know where to go next.
They don't. So we have found a lot of parallels with the Year of the Snake. And if you guys are familiar with like the Chinese zodiac, we are finishing out the Year of the Snake right now. And so if we want to just kind of lay that over top of what we've experienced this year, it really rings true. It's been really for both of us shedding our corporate identities, moving into an entrepreneur identity. It's been building something that didn't exist and then pivoting on that thing, honing it, making it a little bit better. And then toward the end of the year now, where I'd say we are now, we have a lot of clarity.
Yeah. And I think some of the other things that you think about with shedding is even just the constructs of the way that 20 years of corporate makes you think you have to work. And there's just so many other ways to do it. And I'm not even just talking about clocking in 9 to 5. I'm talking about systems. I'm talking about keeping things, in this silo versus think about how many people we work with now to run our business. We have team members across the country that we work with. We just got introduced to the most amazing thought partner that is really going to help. I mean, she's going to be instrumental to launching us into a whole new stratosphere as we turn the page and talk about what's coming next for the Sourcing Gals and for you all that are part of our community. And like those connections would not have been made in my old job. we wouldn't have thought that way. We wouldn't have even looked as that as an opportunity. So it's just really cool that that shedding also comes with
releasing old ways of working.
totally.
Yes, out of obligation or politeness.
I'm still working on that, but I'm getting better. But yes, it is true. And knowing, like, think about how far we've come in knowing our value too, right? Like there's always this imposter syndrome, right? And everyone says it. And like, yes, it's true. That's one part. But then the next part of that is like, okay, when you get through that, then it's really understanding what is your value and us looking back and be like, wait a minute, like we know our shit. Like we do bring a lot of value. And there are people out there that see that value. I mean, we're having it with our coaching clients, right? Those are like, no, we're going to invest in you, meaning the sourcing gals, because we believe in our product idea. We know where we need to get to, and we know the value that you will bring by spending 2, 4, 6 hours one-on-one with me and my business. And so that too is like a huge aha for us as
we saw that value. And I think the biggest aha for me was when we spoke at Magic in August, and we had an hour and 45-minute, 2-hour long Q&A line.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to say this to like pat ourselves in the back. I mean to say this because, you know, up until a certain point, you do have kind of that imposter syndrome, you being us all, me. But I think we reflected that night that every single person in that line, when they stepped up and asked their question, like I knew it like the back of my hand. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, I really shouldn't undervalue what we offer. But again, when you come from working in a corporate world where you work in your sliver and you do not step into somebody else's sliver, and, you know, we had to kind of unlearn that and learn that, no, we are going to be of aid. We are going to be of help. We are the ones in this gap to help. And we're going to do it with all of our hearts.
And the way that feels aligned to us, because we're building this the way we want to. And we are going to be able to serve so many more people because of that as well.
Right. This quote that I wanted to share about the year of the snake again is just that the snake doesn't shed because it's broken. It sheds because it's growing.
Mic drop.
We're not going to drop the mics because they're expensive. Just kidding. But which leads us to kind of a shift in we've been figuring out where we fit in this world. We've been figuring out where we fit in a non-corporate environment. We've been determining exactly where this gap is, exactly how we fit into it. And so in doing that, we've really, really honed in on the people we're helping and built a community.
Correct. Yeah. And it's also really cool. If you listened to our podcast a couple weeks ago, we talked about, it was, I think, a Go Big or Go Home episode, and how the universe is just bringing these people into our ecosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is wild. Like it is wild that we are in talks with, I believe now 5, maybe 6 actually, women with patented product ideas at all different stages that are needing our help in some capacity, right? Wherever that is along their pendulum of their work. But we didn't go out and find them.
We did say we're only going to work with women that have a hero product idea that's patented.
Yeah.
We did not say that.
No.
But that's who became part of our sphere.
Yeah. And it's just really exciting to see that the energy and effort that we've put into this podcast, right? Like we don't get paid to do this podcast. Let's be real, right? This is something that we
just love being here.
We just love being here. We love genuinely sharing, but that because we are doing that, like the universe is truly bringing us back tenfold of what maybe ideas of things I thought could happen by starting this podcast, but really didn't know. I still had my old job when we started this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we just wanted to share. I was like, let's just find a way to share because I feel like I'm missing that in my current job.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help and share the way that I want to. So let's just start building that. And we did. And that came from heart. And that came from a soul mission that we felt inspired to do. And then now by putting that energy out there, it's just been really amazing to see what's organically coming back to us.
And we're going to keep going with the kind of the metaphor or the alignment with the Chinese zodiacs. We're going into the year of the horse. And the year of the horse is all about momentum and stamina and courage and freedom through discipline and movement with purpose. And so that learning year, the year of shedding our old selves, the year of helping the folks that we talk to every day shed their old selves, become less lonely in their entrepreneurial pursuits,
Correct.
is going to change. It's going to change because we now see a very clear path to helping go forward. And we see a very clear need in the community. And whether that need is just to bounce an idea off someone, like you said earlier, some of it's just no, you're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Or no, that's a red flag. Let's pivot you over here. A lot of it isn't really somebody who needs us to cross their T's and dot their I's for them. It's people who need support.
Yeah. Guidance. Just a little nudge sometimes.
Because also being, and I can say this from my past when I worked in my home decor business, being a solopreneur, a solo productpreneur can be very lonely. You are sitting at your desk by yourself making decisions and you're like, is this right? Who knows? And you can't run every decision by someone or else you'd be just in analysis paralysis every day. But I think that's what's been so nice about the group and the clients and the community that we've become a part of is because it's very easy for us to just say, nope, you just need to go do this real fast.
Yeah. And I think that for me, the community piece has also been filling my cup in a way that I didn't even realize. So when I left my job, I had a team of 12 that I basically except maybe for one or two, I literally hired myself. They were people that I worked with in my past, or they were people that, had come across paths. And so I'm a social person. I'm a people person. I like to be around people. And so not only was my team of 12, reported within my team, but I worked in the company of 75 people. So every day I'm going in an office, I'm bringing the energy, I'm vibing off everybody else's energy. So when that turned...
You're having happy hours, you're having bridal showers.
Yes. And when that turned off overnight, for me, that was one of the hardest things for me was actually the team, the people part of it. And so by what we have built and meeting these women founders and product-based companies and just it's filling that cup back up of what I was so missing when I first left. And it's still something that I'm so looking forward to continuing to grow with these women and grow in those relationships and build true, there's friendships that are forming here with a lot of these founders that we're working with. So it just reminds me a lot of again, what I was missing when that light switch went off for me and I was, forced kind of pushed out of the nest or whatever you want to call it. So it's been really filling for my soul to be surrounded again by people that want to, and also have a mission, right? They have a very clear mission in mind of what they're trying to get done and to be able to be a support anchor for them to get that mission and watching them continue to grow and scale and hit these milestones. It's great. It's what I love about being a manager. And it's now it's just in a new way. Oh, it's in a new way.
I can totally relate with that. At the jewelry company that I was with for 7-8 years, I always did these lunch and learns. And in our Friday meetings, I would teach people about different aspects of product development or manufacturing, because maybe someone who's in the marketing side or someone who's in the sales side, I can talk to them about how acetate is formed or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember my HR lead at that company was always like, I envision after you leave here and your next career, I envision you being a professor or a teacher or something. She's like, you have a way of describing these concepts in an attainable way. And I was always like, ha, that's silly. Or not silly, but thank you. And then now I'm like, oh no, I do find myself in a coaching, a teaching role, which I love so much. And I think that is at the heart of what we're doing here is not hoarding knowledge.
Correct.
Which happens in our industry a lot.
Yes.
But really just letting it out there, really teaching people and really kind of pushing them forward in the kindest way possible so that their dreams can become a reality. And our dream is their dream becoming a reality. So really it's full circle to make better use of this momentum that we have. We're heading into the year of the horse. We're going to just go in blazing. We are building something that we are very proud of. Do we want to get into that yet?
Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
It's because
I think what we've learned over this last year is that we're not the only ones with magic here. The sourcing gals, I think we are pretty magical. What's also magic is connecting founders with one another who are at different stages of their business. So where we can come in and guide and help, there's only so many hours we have in the day that we can be doing that.
And from a technical standpoint, we come in with that knowledge and we can come in with like the cheerleader and the guidance, but also other folks can do that for each other.
100%. And especially those that are at, again, different phases, right? If you're one step ahead of the person behind you, you can turn around and be like, hey, I was just there. Like, let me tell you what I figured out, right? And so what we're realizing is that there's not only power in what we're doing as the sourcing gals, but there's power to crowdsource within our own community because we have all of these product-based founders that share a common aspect of what they're creating. And again, they're at different phases of that creation. And so we want to make sure that we're not the only ones empowering and giving information, but that we're allowing access for all of these founders to come together and share their knowledge with one another, whether that's product development, sourcing, factory, all the things that they're learning as they're building this business. And we're realizing that it just doesn't. And we realized that that's something that we can build.
We can build that. And that also helps to evade the loneliness aspect that I talked about earlier and feeling very alone in your pursuits. So that led us down the path of building a place where this could happen.
Correct. And you don't have to take our course to become a part of this community. We wanted to also lift the barrier for entry to not be something that has to be a four-figure investment that's going to force you to, into something that maybe you're just not ready for yet, or maybe you're further along your journey. And so there's only certain aspects that you need, but really you're looking for community. You're looking to connect with other people that are further ahead of you even. And so the goal of this community was to build something that, again, almost anybody can have access to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we are building it within the Facebook world. It's going to be a private community. We will share the link to join our community in the show notes.
We are really excited to say that we are officially launching a community, a Founders Circle community, a private community for product-based founders to not only have access to us, the sourcing gals, but to have access to one another, which is so important. As I mentioned, we are two women here and we are here to help and cheerlead and guide, and we will do all of those things. But what is magic is when you have a whole community of product-based founders that can talk to one another, that can help answer each other's questions because they've been there or they're nervous about that next step, right? So we are officially launching on the Facebook platform, a private Sourcing Gals Founders Circle.
And I think that within the community, it's everything you said. It's going to be founders helping founders, us jumping in, answering questions, helping founders as well. And really just the ability to see how somebody else is approaching a problem might even open doors. It doesn't have to be the nitty gritty of, can somebody tell me what seam allowance is? I don't know.
But that might be a question.
That could totally be a question. This is an area for people to feel less lonely, feel safe asking dumb questions, but also to just see how somebody else does it or share with other people your expertise and how you did it. And really just turn around and help the next person up the step. And then the next person will help you up the step. And we can all do that together. And so we are excited, however, to jump in monthly. We're going to have monthly live Q&A calls as part of the community. And then we'll be jumping in a lot more often, multiple times a week, to just comment and respond to comments in the group as well.
Yeah. So if you want to think about a way to get in touch with us and literally have one-on-one time with the sourcing gals, and maybe the consulting packages that we have don't work for you, or you maybe haven't taken our course, but you just want to get a little bit more information. You want to learn to know and hopefully and trust us, better. As Erin mentioned, once a month, hour-long call. We will be sitting on a Zoom waiting for you to show up, ask us your questions. And we're not just saying anecdotal questions. We're talking nitty gritty. If you're coming in there and saying, hey, I am struggling with this. Okay, let's let's talk through it. And by the way, it's not just going to be the sourcing gals on that call. You're going to have an entire Zoom room, hopefully, of founders that, again, might have their own take on it, their own perspective on it. So we're really excited to have that access be granted at a very low entry price point.
Right. Because like on our Facebook page or on our Instagram page, we share kind of like snippets of the podcast, and it's really like a highlight reel space, but this is going to be like a working space.
Correct.
And a place where people can get clarity fast. They can just share their wisdom and then get that direct access to us.
So if this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, we're going to drop a link in the show notes. And as we mentioned, you do not need to have taken our courses to have access to this private group.
No, but if you do buy one of the courses, you automatically get access to the group.
Which is a great perk.
Right.
So for those that have taken our course, you will be getting access to this. We'll have already emailed you by the time that this podcast goes live. But for those that are interested in joining a community, having access to Erin and myself on monthly calls and also weekly jump-ins, right? Helping Q&A, helping crowdsource your answers as well. We are going to have a link in the show notes that will outline the details of this, but it is going to literally be launching on January 13th. It'll be go live.
So we're so excited about this. Obviously, it's the end of this year. We wanted to give people enough time to join in. So our doors are going to open. We're going to share the link. You can go ahead and grab access if you want to. Doors to the group open on January 1st. First day of the year. Our first Q&A call is going to be the 14th. So it's always going to be like the second Wednesday of the month. You'll get the calendar when you get access to the group. But we are going to have some really sharp promotion pricing from now until that first Q&A call so that you can start the year off great. It's going to be heavily discounted. But then once we get to that first Q&A call, that's going to be the end of that discount. And we really hope you all join us. We are really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And then you can go month to month. You can check things out and see how you feel about it. It'll be $27 for month to month. Or if you're like, nope, I know these girls, I want in, give me the best deal, you can opt in for the annual contract, which is going to save you basically 3 months free if you opt in before January 14th. So we are excited. We want this to be an engaging platform. This is not meant to be a passive community that you join. So
you don't need to come and just like lurk. Come and like participate, talk to us, like tell us what's going on in your world.
And that's really part of the reason for the investment. Like we want you to invest in that community so you feel like you are a part of it, that you actually are going to bring your energy, bring your, your excitement, bring your pride. We're going to be, what's really cool about the way that the Facebook group is all laid out too, is there's going to be different like pockets of information, right? There's like a meet everybody that's in the group where you're going to get to talk about your product and what you're doing and where you are in your journey. And then we have a whole separate area for podcasts. Like what was on the podcast this week? What additional questions do you have, right? Because our podcast that we do, it can be pretty high level at some points. But if some nugget stuck out to you and it's like, man, I would love you guys to drill down deeper. Like that's what you're going to get in the community. You're going to get free PDFs, that the public isn't necessarily getting access to. And then as well as that monthly one-on-one call with us. So there's going to be, I'm just excited for all the conversations that are going to be had. I'm excited to see all the different types of products that people are working on that are going to be sharing within this community and just how we can continue to all push ourselves forward faster with more clarity, with more confidence, all the things that as a sourcing gals, we really strive to do.
So as we leave the year of the snake, as we shed the things that no longer serve us, we want you guys to shed that loneliness, that isolation that can come with doing this alone. And by being a part of something bigger, something that can give you just the support, just the maybe nudge forward and the camaraderie that will make all the difference for you to proceed forward into the year of the horse with the confidence, with the charisma, with the stamina that the horse represents.
Yeah. And I think what we've learned this year is that clarity compounds faster in community.
Oh, I love it.
So really utilizing one another. This is so much bigger than the sourcing gals. We're the conduit. Maybe you can say we're going to pull everything together, but it is all about community as we go into next year. And I cannot wait to meet you all and hear about what you're building. And even if that's still an idea in your head, that is okay. Like, you are going to be surrounded by so many people that will inspire you to get that idea out of your head, through your mouth, truly vocalized out in the universe, and built into a true product that someone can use. So I just think it's going to be really exciting to see the momentum that comes from this.
It's going to be really powerful. And I think going back to what those vision boards were that we put together a year ago, I don't know that we would have envisioned building a community as part of our year, but we did envision the help we want to offer other people. We envisioned the impact we want to have. And so all of those things being how we felt, and then the community being really a manifestation of those feelings, I think it's just perfect.
Yeah. And I mean, one thing we've had percolating out there, we've talked about maybe there's a founders retreat in the future. Right? Like, I want to go to a spa and hang out with fabulous founders, talk, like, nerd out on product development and manufacturing and sourcing, and then like throw a massage and like some sound bath and breath work in there. Like, what?
Sounds of waves.
So amazing. So like, the community, we're building this community, like those are going to be the fun things, I think, also that, can come out of building these relationships, is that there's so much more. It's just going to keep
goosebumps.
I know it's just going to keep compounding, but we're starting off, like I said, with a private Facebook community. We're really excited about this. And
I'll throw a video in there with the sound of waves so we can just check that one off.
I love it. But yeah, that's really what's happening. We hope that you have enjoyed wherever you've met us along your journey this year. Thank you guys for listening. Truly,
from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
It is so cool to see people nerd out on what we're talking about, because it is so specific. It is definitely so niche, but it also, if you own a product-based business, like there are, we're here to help, here to continue to bring you better margins, better clarity,
faster to market.
So yeah, it's been a wild year. While I'm a pretty optimistic person, I can still get trapped in a scarcity mindset about things. And as of late, you've given me a couple books that have really helped me with this. And so I'm really leaving any bit of scarcity behind me. Like, there is so much abundance here already and coming to us. So I just really think, for me, the idea of lack or having to do something because of lack or fear of lack I don't have room for it anymore. Like, it is gone. This new world that we have created is just going and going and going. So I think that's, for me, the biggest mindset shift is really not making space for that anymore, because it doesn't serve me. And there's so much good. There's so much good here and coming that it doesn't deserve the space in my brain.
I think so many people could relate to that.
So that's my thing. How about you?
Self-doubt and second-guessing myself. Coming from a corporate world where I was a slice of the pie, but always having dreams of being in my hands in all of the aspects of building a business, I have had moments throughout the year, and you've witnessed this, where I'm like, that's not my lane. That's not my lane. Like, I'm a product development person. And I forced myself out of that. And I don't know where along the road I decided that, like, I'm not good enough to do those things, or I'm not worthy enough, or I can't do those things. And it's wrong. I can't.
And you did.
And I did. And I'm not going to doubt myself anymore. I'm going to do what I truly believe I'm here to do. And I'm not going to second guess that.
Yeah. And we both have like wet eyes right now, just like welling up here. But I just want to say I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of us too.
I mean, I'm going to cry again, guys, because I'm a crier. For those of you that know me well, I do cry a lot. But
is that Aquarius in you?
It must be. It must be the water. No, I just think for those out there that might feel stuck too, product business aside, whatever that stuckness might be, there is light. Like, there is hope. You just have to lean into it. And sometimes you get pushed into it and know that that's okay too.
Yep.
But the universe, I said this a lot, but like, it is an abundant place. and you just have to let it come, be open to it. And then
and I really hope that's what our community offers.
100%.
Just that feeling of like being surrounded by knowledge and abundance.
Yeah.
I know that everyone's in similar positions, and I hope that talking about our own experiences have hit a chord and have resonated. If you've liked what we've been doing this year, we would, of course, always appreciate a rating and just like and subscribe. And we say that, and it makes me laugh because everyone's like and subscribe. But it means a lot. And so again, just to reiterate, we are going to put a link in our show notes that will give you information about our community. It will even outline how long our promo is going to run. And then we would love to see you there.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this first call. Right. Like
it's gonna come so fast.
So fast. So get the year started off right. Let's move those product businesses forward. Let's move those ideas to product. Let's move those products to scale, right? All and everything in between.
Everything in between. We're going to
get in there, be active. We can't wait to hear from you and build together.
All right. So until next year on The Sourcing Gals.